If you're tired of playing against players who spam glitch, blitz defenses in Madden 23, then make sure to watch this video because I'm about to break down the best play in the game to destroy the blitz. And if you want more content like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel and drop a like on the video. Let's get into it now. Yo YouTube, what is up? It's your boy Duke, back here from sportsgamers.com, and we're going to be talking about the blitz today. It's all about the blitz and how to kill the blitz on defense. There's so many really annoying blitzes in the game this year that a lot of people run. I'm sure if you play online, you face these every day, whether it's dollar, nickel over, nickel 3-3, the cub, dime, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of heat in this year's game that's hard to deal with, so we're going to break down the best play in the game to absolutely kill it. So we're going to be looking at this gun bunch formation on offense. You can find this formation to play in many different books. Personally, I run the Saints. You don't need any special abilities or anything for this play, but I would recommend having, if you can, somewhat of a tall, fast receiver on the outside, the one receiver side of the bunch. And then in the slot on the bunch, I would recommend having a receiver that is just fast, right? So we're going to go ahead and look at the play wide curl. Again, I'm in the Saints playbook, but you could really apply this to a lot of different bunches. You know, several different bunches do have this play. So let's just get straight into it now. First of all, I want to look at dollar spinner. Now, I'm just going to move the ball back a little bit. And guys, just so you know, I did just release my full offensive scheme from this playbook. It covers the tight and the bunch and the stack. So if you want my schemes and all my offenses and defenses, become a VIP member on sportsgamers.com. Link is in the comments and description. Coupon code Duke gets you 10% off your order. Become a much better player and win more games. So look, this play is really easy to use. You don't have to do anything crazy to it. There's a lot of different adjustments I do make to this play depending upon what the defense is doing. And I'm going to go over one by one all the effective routes and the hot routes we make in this video. So make sure you stay tuned for the whole thing so you don't miss out on any good information. So guys, look, most people who run spinner are going to, make all sorts of coverage adjustments. A lot of times they'll man up the running back. They might just use this guy over the middle. But, the adjustments they make are going to determine what you're going to do. Now, again, no man-to-man blitz is going to be easy to block. And that's why I'm not even going to try to block this. I'm just going to completely dot it. I'm going to send everybody out on a route. Now, guys, I'm going to have a few different setups for this play in this video. The first setup I want to do is simply to go ahead and put your tight end on either a streak or a post route. Now, if you can put him on a post route, that is really nice. Or you could just streak him so you have a vertical threat kind of like down the seam. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and motion the outside bunch receiver across the formation and snap the ball once he passes the tackle. With this play, I mean, you can run it on either hash, but I do prefer for this play, if all possible, to have the bunch side on the wide side of the field. That's going to give my slot receiver more space to work with, as you guys are going to see here in a second. So because we're on the left hash, that means the right side of the field would be the wide side. Therefore, that's where my bunch is. So we just motion Irvin over, snap it when he passes the tackle. Now, the first read is just simply this wheel route. And as you guys are going to see here, and we're going to show different examples of how this route works. Looking to become a better Madden player and win more games? Check out sportsgamers.com. I built sportsgamers.com from the ground up to give you the best Madden tips, best Madden ebooks, all at the best price, bar none. We have a VIP membership that gives you access to the entire site, every ebook and every tip we release all year long for only $24.99. Click the link in the description. I've also pinned it in the comments, and use coupon code Duke for 10% off your order. But whether he's manned up by a corner, a safety, whatever, this route is simply just a quick pass into the flat. And this is a very unique route because it's kind of like a wheel into the flat, but it turns more upfield. So I feel like you can get more yards after the catch with this route than you can on others. And what I typically do is I freeform it kind of up into the outside. So in this example, if you picture the analog stick as a clock, I would freeform it at probably like 3 or 4 o'clock, right? And as you guys see here, I was this close to breaking this for a touchdown. Now, that is really annoying to deal with. And that route is going to work against many different looks. Now, I do want to go over, like I said, I do want to go over different reads you can hit on this play. So that's just the first one. But we're going to go back, we're going to get back to that in a second here. I do want to show some other things that work really well in this play. So again, we're not really even trying to block this blitz, right? I'm just, honestly, more than anything, I'm making them defend all 5 of my receivers on quick reads. So So when I motion this guy over, another quick read I have is the running back out of the backfield. Now what happens a lot of the times is with the motion, if they're running the blitzes, the motion oftentimes will change assignments. Now it won't always change assignments, but depending upon the adjustments they've made, a lot of times it will change their man assignment so that the running back might be unguarded, or maybe even the motion receiver might be unguarded. But the bottom line is, because of the motion we use and the unique wheel route the running back's on, oftentimes this is another quick pass you can just dump out there, because even if he is manned up, a lot of times the guy that's guarding him will kind of get stuck in the traffic and will just get beat into the flat. So you guys can see here, these two defenders, they don't really know who should man up on who. You guys can see that there's confusion here. One hesitates to go out, one hesitates to go in, and the result of that is just a wide open dude in the flat. And once they realize that, 90 is supposed to guard him, I mean, we're already downfield for a huge gain, right? That can actually, believe it or not, that can be another touchdown too. All right, guys, so you've seen the quick pass to the running back in the flat and the quick pass to the wheel route in the slot so far. Now I want to focus on the motion receiver and the tight end. You're probably first of all wondering why I'd recommend streaking the tight end, and that's actually very simple. A lot of the times against these blitzes that are, so man-to-man based, what people will do is they'll shade their coverage underneath to try to stop these quick passes to the running back and also the slot receiver. Now that's all good and well, but if you have a defense where there's a safety manned up on anybody, which a lot of times they'll be manned up to the tight end, if you shade your coverage underneath and you run a streak route, it's a free touchdown. So that's why I do it, because if I see the safety jump down on my tight end, I'm just going to throw it over the top. It's going to be a free touchdown. And again, the reason why someone would shade their coverage underneath is to stop my quick passes. But as you guys can see, if they do that, they're going to give up a free touchdown. Now, I know I had a ridiculous overthrow there, but I know y'all saw how open he was. Again, all I'm doing is streaking Gronk, motioning over the receiver. So we're going to do it again. And notice again how the same thing happens. Literally, the dude guarding the tight end, he just jumps down, and that's a free touchdown. And again, that's because we shaded our coverage underneath. So all you need to do is identify who is manned up as a safety and streak the guy that he's manned up on, which is, like I said, a lot of times against this bunch look and the popular blitzes people run, it's going to be the tight end. So you guys can see here, look how the safety runs down, and that's how you know they shaded their coverage underneath. Now, the other reason why you know they shaded underneath is because this actually looks like a dangerous throw. Unless they shade their coverage underneath, you can throw this wheel route every single time. Now this one, also the same thing. Unless they shade underneath, you can throw every time, because this guy will not play that as aggressively unless they shade underneath. And as you guys can see here, touchdown to Gronk. Oh, by the way, also touchdown to 84 too. So there's 2 touchdowns on this play if they shade their coverage underneath. Okay guys, so now you see how this play absolutely kills shaded underneath coverage for a touchdown. But now I want to focus on what happens with the motion receiver, because this route by Irvin, when he motioned it over, it actually gets really good separation against man coverage, as you guys can see here. That's just a quick route over the middle of the field. I mean, it doesn't look like much, but it's, consistent 5-10 yards, and that's actually very effective on this year's game. If you can get a consistent 5 to 10 yards a pop, we'll take that every single time. Look, again, just over the middle of the field, bam, and this time you're able to turn upfield and get actually a really, really big gain. Okay, so far just focus on my first setup to this play. Now I want to get into my second setup, which focuses a lot on the one receiver, which in this case is Herman Moore. So you guys can see he's on a very unique route. The thing is, I need to set this route up. And the way I can easily set this route up is by hot routing him to a C route. And this is going to allow me to abuse Herman Moore, right? So what I'm going to do when I do this is I simply go ahead and I still streak my tight end. And I want to get, for this setup, I do want to get a little bit of protection. So I'm just going to motion Irvin in and snap the ball right about there. So what ends up happening here, as you guys are going to see, against man coverage, this is, the C route, it's basically going to be a touchdown over the top, most likely, if not a big play. Now, what I'm doing here when running this is I'm just reading if the one receiver side of the formation stays manned up, right? Now, if he stays manned up, I know that C route's going to absolutely cook. Now, what I'm doing when I snap the ball is I'm immediately reading if the one receiver's manned up, but also the quick passes to the flats. Because if he's not manned up, I need to go to my next read. But as you guys can see, still, when I motion this guy in, even though he's blocking, it does get that corner out of the way on the outside, and I can still throw that quick pass to AJ Green, the wheel route. And I still do have my running back, right? But mainly I'm looking to see if this guy's manned up or not, because if he is, manned up, that's free money right there. So a good defensive player is going to see that C route, and immediately that corner that was manned up is now going to be in a deep zone the rest of the game. He's never going to let you throw that C route again unless he's bad. Now, if you're playing a bad player, sure, force the C route in there until he stops playing man. But most good players will see that once, or honestly, sometimes even from the beginning of the game, they'll literally just put that guy into a deep zone over there so you can't throw the C route. And this is where the play becomes so good. The default route on this play is so unique to more. It's an inverted fade. It breaks to the inside, so you can literally just quick pass that. And if they make this adjustment, this is a free 15-20 yards, maybe a touchdown. So again, all I'm going to do is streak my tight end because this protects against shaded down coverage. And then I'm going to motion in Irvin so he blocks for me. And as you guys are going to see here, look, you just quickly throw it for a quick pass. And, that could be, it could be 10, 15, 20 yards, or it could be a touchdown. So look at here. Because I see that the corner is dropping off in a deep zone and the safety has got to go guard my running back, I know that's free money. All I do is pass lead, a bull pass to the inside. You guys can see, that's an easy first down. And if you have a really fast receiver there, or you can just make someone miss real quick, it could be a touchdown. But this is the adjustment to the adjustment. Now they have no answer for this play because if they play man, you can just run a C route. And if they play zone, well, at that point, you can just go ahead and throw the little inverted fade. And still, remember, we're always reading our wheel routes first because these guys on the wheel routes, unless you start shading your coverage underneath, they're there every single time. But look, guys, no matter what, every time you run this play, you want to do this motion. Either you're motioning the drag over or you're motioning him to block. Because when you do that, that corner or the safety manned up on green on that wheel route, they can never guard him. So this always needs to be your first read. Whether he's backed up, he's pressing, it doesn't matter. As long as they don't shade their coverage underneath, this is a dot every time. And if they do shade their coverage underneath, you have the tight end streak route that will kill them, the C route will kill them, or even that inverted fade will kill them. So you always want to read the flats first because like you can see, those can be potential touchdowns. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. Until next time, it's Duke, and I'm out of here.